Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome back to our channel once again. And it is my hope and prayer that this video is going to find you guys in good health. Personally, I am fine, as you can see. Kisumu is fantastic, and maybe you could also let me know where you're watching the video from, the county or the country, in case you are out of the republic. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a major debate in the Republic of Kenya currently, whether William Ruto and his deputy Rigathi Gachagua are playing games with Kenyans. Babu Owino gave his opinion on the matter.
And I want to state clearly that there is no fight here. These are games, these are gimmicks. And I want Kenyans to remember this day that these people are going to work together. You know, these people have lost favor in the eyes of wananchi everywhere in this country. To be specific, in Central Region, where they promised heaven but delivered the Mount Kenya region, the people of the Mount Kenya region, to hell. And right now, people are hurting in Mount Kenya, and therefore the only way to bring Mount Kenya together is to bring the sympathy strategy. It's called the sympathy strategy, where the president purports to be fighting his deputy intentionally, and they've agreed for that matter, so that the people from Mount Kenya can rally behind Rigathi and say that one of our own is being fought, and they all rally behind him because they had all lost favor in both Rigathi and Ruto. And therefore after that, after some time in the future, all people from Mount Kenya shall have rallied behind Rigathi, and Rigathi will still deliver them to Ruto, purporting that they have made up and that there is peace that has been brokered. And therefore there is no fight here. There is no fight here. These people are pretending so that they can get the people of Mount Kenya. I want to tell the Kikuyus, as Babu Owino, I'm your son-in-law, be careful with these two musketeers. These people are lying to you, and I can tell you they are going to work again in future. This war that is being purportedly fought now is to rally you behind one person so that you are delivered later on back to the person who has the knife, who is ready to chop off your heads. These people have no good intentions to help you, but to destroy you. Join us, join this side, and let us deal with these people.
And of course, many others have also given their opinion on the matter. And personally, I hold a totally different opinion. The truth of the matter, in my view, is that there is a major fallout between William Ruto and his deputy Rigathi Gachagua. Facts are always stubborn. Let me just point for you guys some 4 facts that are stubborn. The first fact is that Rigathi Gachagua was never the first choice for William Samoei Arap Ruto. If William Ruto had a free hand, he would have picked someone else as his running mate in 2022. But Rigathi Gachagua bulldozed his ways. We all remember on that particular day when Professor Kithure Kindiki stormed out of Karen residence. So he was never the first choice, which means forced marriage. So that's the first fact. The second fact, which is also there, is that there has been attempt to frustrate Rigathi Gachagua as the deputy president of the Republic of Kenya.
Lakini niambie, unawezaje kushikilia your boss anakuambia leo enda useme Uhuru ni mbaya? Mnakumbuka ile statement ilikuwa kule wakiingia, akasema wewe Uhuru ulitukosea, hiyo mambo ikaisha. Tukatoka hapo, akamwambia ongea juu ya shareholding, akaenda Kisumu akamuita primitive. Kuita Rigathi primitive ni sisi unaita primitive, sababu sisi ni mtoto wetu. Tulipotoka hapo, juzi akamwambia Raila hata ingia State House, weka mitego. Hiyo mitego imefika wapi? Ni amenyilio na akeigelio. Alafu mnakuja kutuambia ati tukae hivi, ati weka mitego. Ni rais alimwambia weka mitego, Raila hata ingia. Leo Raila darakoma bedroom. Alafu mnakuja kutuambia nini? What are you telling us? Kama rais anakumbuka yeye ndiye aliingia hapa na Bwana asifiwe, hata sasa aendelee kusema Bwana asifiwe na yone.
And those attempts are still there. There is no way you can convince me that games are being played to persuade Kenyans from focusing on the most important thing today in the Republic of Kenya, which is called Finance Bill. Finance Bill is going to be voted for majorly by the leaders from the Rift Valley and the leaders from Mount Kenya. 90% of those leaders are being controlled by William Ruto. So you can't persuade me that Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua fallout is because of the finance bill. That fallout is actually confined to the mountain. Yeah, so the thing is, Rigathi is being frustrated. The other fact which is there is that from day zero, from the day William Ruto was elected the president, he started thinking about how to replace Rigathi Gachagua as his running mate in 2027. That is there. The idea of bringing Musalia Mudavadi, the idea of working with Raila Odinga, and all those others are actually a confirmation. And the fact that Ndindi Nyoro is being fronted. And if you want to understand that from the onset, William Ruto started scheming against his deputy, the checkmate, the way he made his appointments. I've sung that song on this platform, I don't know how many times. The appointment of Moses Korea, the appointment of Professor Kithure Kindiki, the appointment of the appointment of the majority leader Kimani Ichung'wah, the appointment of Ndindi Nyoro as the chair of the budget. All of those were actually intended to do one thing: checkmate Rigathi Gachagua. And remember, Rigathi Gachagua is a veteran when it comes to issues of administration and political games. So he's been dealing with William Ruto perpendicularly. As a matter of fact, what has happened is that Rigathi Gachagua has outsmarted the gentleman. I'm planning to come with a comprehensive analysis about all those. And for now, on to something which is related with what I've just explained to you guys. Rigathi Gachagua and William Ruto shared a podium in Meru. I want us to do a critical analysis about that encounter. But before you do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support, because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, allow me to dive in. But before I dive in, ladies and gentlemen, are you planning to move your house, office, or do you require storage facilities? Topmark movers and relocations are there to sort you out. They will pack your items, they will move your items, they will unpack your items, and then they will arrange the items to your new house or office to your specifications. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not the first time I'm introducing you guys to Topmark. Last year I did, and those who used their services had very good stories about them. So in case you want to relocate, you want to move houses, please do not hesitate to contact Topmark movers and relocations on the contacts below. Ladies and gentlemen, let me now dive in. I observed several things during William Ruto's tour of Meru alongside Rigathi Gachagua. The first thing I observed was the way Rigathi Gachagua was received in Meru. If you follow the 48 laws of power, there's one very important law there, which is law number 1, which always insists that you should never outshine the master. During the entire event, Rigathi Gachagua was the one who carried the day. Very bad and very wrong, and will be punished. Thing which I also observed was the absence of key allies of the president from the mountain, Kimani Ichung'wah was missing. If you've been following William Ruto's political activities since he became the president, Kimani Ichung'wah has always been a constant figure around the president. Whether the president is in Western Kenya, whether the president is in Coast, whether the president is in Nyanza here, whether the president is in Mount Kenya, he was missing. Why? Of course, it's because of the beef. There was also the absence of Ndindi Nyoro, although Ndindi Nyoro has never been that constant figure around the president. But now we are talking of the president going to Meru. Why do you think Ndindi Nyoro wasn't there? Of course, others were also missing in action. It was evident. The third thing which I also observed there was the tension between Governor Kawira and Mithika Linturi. It was very clear, even from the way they interacted, the way they were walking, their sitting arrangements, the body language, everything. You could tell that there was serious tension between the Meru Governor, Kawira, and the Cabinet Secretary for Agriculture, Mithika Linturi. So that was also evident. Why do you think there was tension? Remember, when Mithika Linturi engineered the impeachment against Kawira, the person who stood with Kawira was none other than Rigathi Gachagua. But what was the objective? Because in politics, nothing happens out of mere coincidence. We've seen Rigathi Gachagua fuming. We've seen William Ruto unleashing his team to attack Rigathi Gachagua, including even yesterday in Parliament. So what was the objective of all this? Number one, William Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua, in my view, wanted to cool the political temperatures a bit, because the temperature had gone up there. What happened yesterday in Parliament was serious. And that's why when you still tell me, just like there are those who are telling us, oh, Uhuru and Ruto are playing games with Raila. The thing is, Uhuru did what he could to Raila. Raila Odinga alikosea wa Kenya sana. They never took that campaign seriously. Otherwise, Raila would be president today. Uhuru did everything. Facilitation, everything. Yeah. But although Uhuru was also sabotaged by people around him, but it was because of some errors and omissions by Raila Odinga presidential campaign team. There are things we used to tell them here. Me personally, I even wrote them letters. There are things I told them which very many people on this platform, you know, this platform here is very big. We get information from all over. I shared with them. At those times, most of them were busy. You talk to this guy, it's very busy. You talk to this guy, very busy. Oh, we are in a meeting. Yeah? Uhuru did everything for Raila. So do you want to still tell me that Uhuru, who is now not a president, is still playing games? Which games? When we're not even sure whether Raila Odinga will be running. Which games? Ruto and Uhuru fell out. Period. Period and period. Just like Rigathi Gachagua and William Ruto have fallen out. A matter of time, Rigathi will be on the ballot in 2027. You like it or not. If you want, we'll bet. So they wanted to cool the political temperatures a bit. Number two, I'm also sure that Rigathi Gachagua is trying to stamp his authority in the mountain. He wants to prove a point. I'm not so sure whether that's a good strategy. But Rigathi Gachagua wants to prove a point that he has the people. You might have the APs, you might have all those other guys, but have the people. That's why when Rigathi Gachagua name was mentioned, everybody So do you think those people just love Rigathi like that? No. Rigathi wanted to prove that. So he organized. He organized for that. Yeah. And maybe he's also forcing issues. Maybe he was not even invited, but he doesn't want Ruto to just go there because Rigathi Gachagua has realized Ruto's intention. Ruto is keen on dividing the mountain. He's now focusing more on Mount Kenya East. If you follow politics closely, you should have noted that last week, was it last week or early this week, William Ruto met with the leadership from Meru region. Rigathi Gachagua was locked out of that meeting. Yeah, let us not lie to ourselves. Rigathi Gachagua was actually locked out of that meeting. Yeah. So for me, Rigathi realized the games Ruto was trying to play. Being a former DO, he decided, Liwe Liwalo, let me mobilize the ground, let me go there. I want to see who is going to kick me out. Nobody. And of course, I also don't know, but I'm also convinced that William Ruto is keen on gauging the ground, the mood, especially on the finance bill. How is the ground? He talked about it at one point while in Meru, then he stopped. So I think he realized from the ground. Now, William Ruto has been in politics. He campaigned for like 8 years to become the president. So he understands when the ground is with him and when the ground is also not with him. And the biggest question which I want to ask, I don't know who might give me the answer. How did Rigathi arrive in Meru? Military chopper? No ordinary chopper? How? Or was it driven? I don't know what you think. That's my take. Until next time, Makwiny. Bye-bye.